What's up, everybody? So as you guys just saw, I just brought in a big package, and I ordered some parts for the Civic. So I figured we'd go ahead and do some installs and modifications to this, since it's been a while since we've done anything to it. The previous video I think you guys saw me work on, I did the undercoating in the wheel wells just to make sure it's all rust-proofed and everything. When I did that video, I noticed that the brakes were kind of bad. So we got some stuff to upgrade the brakes, and we're going to do some painting on them as well. So let's go ahead and see what's in our box. So let's go ahead, crack this box open, and see what we got inside. Now, today, we are going to be painting our calipers, or should I say my calipers, and I got a few colors here, some clear coats and everything. This here is just the primer because the color that I wanted, which thanks to one of you guys, gave me a suggestion to do a different color because I was leaning more towards red, but we ended up deciding to go with gold. I think gold will look really sick on this caliper since it's going to be a red car, and the gold is going to really stand out. And in order to do that, I needed a high temp primer as my base coat, and then the gold will be on top, and then we'll go with a clear coat on top of that. So we got our primer, color, and clear. And then for the drums in the back, I couldn't decide what to do. I know I said I was going to do black, but we also got primer for that. And I think I'm going to go with silver just to make it look clean, because black's just going to hide it and make it not visible at all. So we got the silver, and then we also have the clear coat for that as well. Also picked up this can of brake clean just to help clean so we can paint our calipers. And then I actually ordered this all off of eBay. Nakamoto, I guess these are just brake pads here. But this right here is what's cool. Let's get this box out here. These are for the front since I don't have rear disc brakes, I have rear drums. Managed to pick up some drilled and slotted rotors for the fronts. You guys can see here, they are drilled and slotted. They are vented. So these things are going to be a really nice upgrade. It'll be nice to have on the car. So we'll get these installed today. These are also zinc coated, so they shouldn't rust. Now you guys can see here, we got everything unboxed. We got our nice brand new zinc coated rotors that are drilled and slotted, which I think are going to be sick. We got our new brake pads, brake clean, all of our paints, this gold, which I'm really excited to see how this turns out because that color looks like it's going to be sick. So for now, let's go ahead. We'll get the car jacked up, take all the wheels off, and get this thing ready. So let's go ahead and get to work. Now you guys can see we got this thing all jacked up. I got the wheels off of it. So first thing we're going to want to do is take off this caliper. But before we do that, I guess I want to go ahead and break these two screws loose because they can be a pain. So let's get those off first. And then if you guys look back here, there should be a 12mm bolt here, one 12mm bolt clear down there. And I believe these two, there's one here and one down there. I think they're... Let me look here. They're 17mm. So yeah, the ones that are back behind here are 17. So we'll go ahead and get all those broke loose, get this whole thing torn down. We'll leave the rotor on for now, but like I said, we'll just take these two off. So let's go ahead and start doing that. guys can see, we got it all disassembled. I ended up putting the caliper back there. I set it up against that sway bar. What we're gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna leave this rotor on because I don't want to get the new one dirty or get any paint on it. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna mask all of this off, this whole entire area, put this caliper on top of it, and then we'll just spray it on here. And then as far as like our bracket, we'll take out our pads, disassemble this and set this up on like a piece of cardboard or something, and then paint these as well. Now if we go to the back here, I'm actually going to leave these on the car, just mask everything around it, and then we'll primer them, paint them with our base coat, and then put clear coat over top of it. One thing I want to mention before we start painting this is, since this is getting new brake pads, I want to push this piston back inside the caliper. That way when we go to put the new brake pads on it, I don't have to press against it and damage the paint while it's still kind of wet, I guess. So we'll go ahead and push all those back in and then start masking. So now you guys can see here we got the entire car masked off, enough for the brakes and stuff. I already went ahead, I started sanding on these, so these ones are ready to go. I've already sprayed with brake clean. We'll still have to go over it with wax and grease remover. But I guess I'll bring you guys around the other side so you can see it. That one's already done, it's already dry. All that's left to do on that is just wax and grease remover, and we can spray it. This front one up here then, this caliper, you guys can see I got everything all masked off. I still need to sand this, and I need a tape inside here just to cover up that piston inside of there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Same thing with the other side, and then we can go ahead and start spraying. Okay, so now you guys can see here, we got it all masked off, all sanded. It's all been wax and grease removed. I'm gonna let it go ahead and just kind of dry so there's no like wax and grease remover like left behind before we spray it. I ended up sticking this piece of wood back here, just kind of prop it up. Back inside there, I have the piston taped off. We have the cap over here taped off, and then the brake line taped off in the back as well. And you guys already saw this. Have that taped off. Looks like that one's opening just a little bit, but as far as this goes, I can spray it and I can spin it, so no worries there. And then the caliper brackets, I have these set up over here on this box, and they're ready to go. So we'll go ahead, we'll get our primer ready, and wait. Well, I guess we'll wait, let this go ahead and finish drying with all the wax and grease remover that's on it, and then shake up our primers, get them ready to go, spray a couple light coats, and then one heavier coat, let that fully cure, and then we'll do our base coats and our clear coats. So let's go ahead and get started, I guess. Now we got all of our coats, as far as our primers go, done. I'll show you guys each caliper and brake drum here. So it's all coated. Turned out pretty good. Now according to the directions on the cans, since I used a primer just to make it nice and smooth, we have to wait 30 minutes before we can spray our colors. So we have our gold here for the front calipers and brackets, and then this aluminum silver color for our brake drums. So we'll just go ahead and wait this 30 minutes out, and then we'll go and start spraying again. So now it's been 30 minutes, we can go ahead and start spraying our color coats. So now we've gotten all 3 coats of gold on the front calipers, and then we've gotten 3 coats of aluminum on the rear drums. I'll let you guys go ahead and get a peek at them. There's the drums. I think they turned out pretty good for that aluminum color. And then the calipers up here at the front, I think they just turned out sick. I can't wait to get this all put together and be able to see it with the drilled and slotted rotors against this red paint. I think that turned out awesome. But before I go ahead and finalize all this, I still need to let this cure for, I think, 30 minutes. And then we can go ahead and apply 2 to 3 coats of clear coat on top of this just to seal it all in and give it the high gloss. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for that 30 minutes. For you guys, it'll just be a split second. We'll come back and we'll just go and start spraying it. So now it's time to spray some clear coat. So now you guys can see we got our last coat of clear coat on this. I really love the way the gold's turned out so far. Now that we got that all done, I have to let this cure for 3 hours. So once that gets done, I'll go ahead and unmask everything, and then we'll go ahead and put on our new rotors and reinstall the calipers. So I think this should look pretty sick. All right, so now it's actually the next day. I let it go ahead and cure all night and started pulling off some of the masking. And I'll show you guys here. There's the rears. They look so good. I love the way that turned out. I want to see what these look like with the wheels on. Hopefully it looks good. But all that's left now is I got everything set up here. All we have to do is take off our rotor, which those rotors are kind of a pain in the butt. You have to really beat them with a hammer to get them to break loose. But we'll go and take that rotor off, put that new rotor on, and then go ahead and reassemble everything and get this all finished. And we have to do the other side as well. So let's go ahead and start doing this. I'm actually going to put some of this anti-seize stuff on the hub itself just to keep it from sticking like that again. There you guys have it. We got the calipers completely redone, new brake pads, new rotors, got them all painted and everything. So now it should be awesome, no more like squeaky noises or anything like that. This should be all reset. And I think it turned out awesome. I love that gold color, I think it's sick. The only thing that sucks is now that I got these wheels back on, since they are the Steelies, you can't see the calipers very well, or the rotors. It's just hidden back there. But I don't know, we'll have to maybe look into get some different wheels for this thing eventually, because I'd really like to be able to see those and have those kind of pop through the rims. Right now it's kind of that sleeper look, I guess. So I don't know, I'll look and see what else is out there. We still got a lot of work to do with this car. So if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on the Civic, and we also have other projects like the Explorer that's now here, and we're going to do an off-road build with that. But like I said, yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.